Alright, I'm back. I just got an email from the client. I asked him a question about this because there was a red line about reducing the transaction top depth. So I got my response. So we know it's 2 inches here, 5, so that's 7 plus 1. So it's going to be 8-inch transaction top. Offset it 8 inches. Drag this one. Drag this one. We can just trim that for now. F radius 1.5. Get rid of that one. F. There we go. Sorry if you hear any noise in the background. My wife is down here doing a workout. My son's down here. Alright. Some people don't even bother doing the stud layout, but it just helps me personally. You don't necessarily need it. They do all this basically after the fact anyway, but now I can see, if a standard 16-inch stud placement works out well, you could throw like a in-wall bracket there, in-wall bracket there. Bing, that one being, so we don't need one there, but see, we could do one there, and then one. Actually, so I know that's 32, so that one would work good there. Did that one. See, it's kind of like probably. So if we did that one and that one. Bink. That one would go to about there, so that should cover that. Yeah, so about 3 of them. And these are on the viewport layers, so they're not going to print. It's just for reference. I could change the color temporarily so I know which ones I remember to snap a bracket to. Let's go up here, snap one of my, I have blocks already drawn from the first time I drew this drum. Copy it. And then since you know they're at 16 inches on center, you can either, snap another one, or you just, I know that's 2 studs over, so I'll just do 32. Copy, paste, rotate. Oh, I got it right that time. I usually never get that right. Usually it's rotating it the wrong direction. Okay, so now I got my 3 in-wall brackets. Obviously that span from there to there is not over 32, so I can even do a measurement. DLI, dim linear. Okay, so perfect, so that's good. That's 32 there. That's a little bit over 32, but then that one, it captures that load right there, 32. Studs, that's less than 32, so that one works out well. Alright, so then we got to look, got some grommets. Got a grommet in the corner, grommet over here by this base cabinet, and a grommet right at the edge of the die wall right there. Okay. And go up here, steal one of my grommets. Steal this block here, steal this. Constantly stealing stuff from other stuff you've already drawn. Don't bother. You don't have to recreate the wheel every single time you draw something. So I know there's going to be a 2-inch wall cleat, so I'm going to come over here, offset my wall 2 inches. So I can place then I'm going to offset another 2, just for reference. That's going to be my center point right there. Okay, so then I can copy that, and just drag it along until it looks about right. And if you see my measurement there, it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to see what looks good. So if I do 82, I'm just going to say 81. And then this one, copy it down. And then I'm going to move backwards 2. Perfect. So you see the edge of the cabinet there, wall cleat there. Delete this. Trim my wall cleat. Obviously, it's not going to run through the cabinet. Same thing on this end. Extend it there. Perfect. So there's my bracket. And here's my hardware. My hardware 6. Hardware 6. Where is my hardware? There it is. I have a block here set up that has all these arrows and dots on. So some will go left, up, or left, down, left, up, dots, arrows, left, right, top, bottom. So you just click it and not have to keep adding arrows every single time. It's annoying. So arrow below right, that's what I want. So I'll put it close, click it, drag it. There's that. Now we gotta dimension it. So I'm gonna dim linear, put this little note. Make sure my dim scale's correct. Okay, 1/2 inch, perfect. Dim linear. Six inches. Actually, dim base. Dim BA is dim baseline. You can snap that and it'll automatically space it. Dim continue is DCO. Yeah, I'm not gonna measure it. Alright. This is gonna be a VIF. So I have a bunch of dim styles with preset suffixes and prefixes like the plus minus and the VIF, verify and field. This one can just be a VIF. It's not, I mean a plus minus, because whatever this wall is, it's gonna adjust, so it doesn't really matter. Plus minus. Okay. This one here. Oh, here's the one with the studs. I was telling you. Oh, that's a hard coded one. Get rid of that. Alright, oops, not that. Adjust my wall, dimension. No, we don't need that anymore. Now I'm gonna come over here, dim linear. Dim continue. DCO. Snap to all those. Now I'm gonna go backwards. I'm gonna do a dim baseline off of this one. I can get that one there. Then just move this one up. This one will be a clear, this one will be a clear. And then this one would be the one that would do plus or minus. Because if this wall shrinks, this dimension's gonna hold. These two would be the one that would adjust. Now we're gonna go this way. Edge of the wall. Oh, this one time. So some guys, I used to, it's been like 10 years now, but there's some old timers that didn't know this command. If you do like a dimension, it's like click your two spots. So you could be like click, get your dimension. Or if you do the same command and you hit enter one more time, select object. So you just click the line, you get one right there. So that's why this is there, because it goes all the way to the wall. So I know if I hit that bad boy, it's gonna give me the dimension. Bink. You don't have to worry about misclicking or having like let's say your snap was off and it like you missed for some reason. It snapped. You'd have some odd duck dimension. There you go. So this and this are gonna align. So that one will be a VIF. I'll just drop that one there. Now we can just change those back to the red. And just so they don't shift around and stuff, what I might do is turn them into a block like I had on the other one. So we're gonna oh, I forget what that's called. Where is that called? Shoot. Dim isolate. You can have it, there's different layers for dim isolate. Oh, okay. Settings. I should have went to settings. Let's undo it. I'm a settings S. Lock and fade or off. I like off so you don't see it. It messes me up when you can still see it. All right. What? Didn't work. All right, so let's do it again. Undo. Settings, lock and fade. I want OFF. Paper space. I'm not in that. No, off. All right, let's see what happens. There we go. Since I don't lose my spot, I'm just gonna use this as my base point. Click, delete, paste. There we go. Isolate. There we go. We don't have to worry about that moving on us. Okay, we'll take these, bring them back. We're gonna move this one to this side, this one to this side. I need delta 1, so I don't know why there's no option to insert like a symbol here, and I don't know the shortcut for delta, so come back here. It's something weird. It's probably like, I don't know how they do that. All right, so I know I'm gonna want delta 1, so I'm gonna do that. Do this one, click this, or you can right click here and then do insert a symbol. Delta 1, and I'm gonna copy that now, and then go back into here. Because right here, there's not that option to insert a symbol, which they should. I don't know why. That just tells me and anybody else that this is drawn based on that floor plan, but updated for those two things, because you make sure they didn't change their room name or something. Room name is still Medical Assistant Station 121. Medical Assistant Station. There we go. A, B. And we're going to say this one is going to be C now. C, D. Okay. Move all this stuff. Then what I like to do after I get the plan view, let me do some call outs for materials. Hold on a second. Make sure they didn't change them on us. Let me see my red lines over here on my other screen. Looks like they were all solid surface 2. They're still going to be solid surface 2. Okay. Steal those. Bring them back down. And I'm constantly moving stuff to make it look better. I don't know. I wish I could just leave stuff alone, but constantly checking stuff to make sure it looks good. Then I'll even go to print preview and check it to see if it looks good in black and white. Right now I'm going to do a dim baseline. Baseline backwards. continue. Let's see if I can get this thing to fit. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, it just barely doesn't fit. Like that. Even though it clears, that drives me nuts. It looks like it's too close. It's good enough. So now once that's done, make a block out of it. Control Shift C, pick your base point, then Control Shift V will paste it as a block with that point that you picked as your base point. Alright. I'm going to move it somewhere where I can rotate it. Use it as my reference. My wall line, so I'm going to put those on my walls layer. Trans top. Solid surface. Actually, this one we could change to a hatch layer. Actually, that would. Never mind. That's my mistake. It's actually going to be here. I'm not even going to bother. Forget it. Solid surface. Break BR. Get rid of that. Dim linear. Bring that up. Dim linear. Six inches down. Measure my overhang. Hatch H. It's defaulted. You right click and say select objects. Whoops, click that. Come in here, change my hatch. I use the concrete hatch and I do like 0.5 by layer. This is gonna be a. My son's just grabbing paper, brand new fresh paper, and just crumbling it up instead of actually coloring on it. So we can steal some of this stuff off. I've recently started incorporating this little note, like right above the countertops or even on cabinets. It just helps you see like what the depth, like a quick reference. I like it, but it's not necessary. I know that's going to be 8. This is the die wall, so I have the die wall call out. Bring it down a little bit. Steal the one for the base by others. And I always like to incorporate like one of these, open to beyond. So this is what I was talking about right here. You can add, because this edge aligns with the wall beyond. Right here. That's kind of what I did before. You can tell them like that it's supposed to align so that they can see. Let me check this. 7 on 915. Let me go to the architecturals real fast. 7 on 915. PL1. Solid surface 2. Yeah, it's still in. So I'm going to copy that. It's too many spaces. Go backwards, delete one. So for this one, it's going to be kind of the opposite. So I'm going to take this, and for now, right off the bat, I'm just going to mirror it. Oops, no, and then we'll... Now this one I am going to show that line, because I know we're offset at 1/4 inch, and they wanted it flush, but I'm just going to point out the fact that it's just the slightest bit. I could continue, maybe I will, but I'll just put it on the same hatched. Where's that thing at? Right here. Copy these properties. Bink. Paste, or not paste, but assign. And I'll come steal my little. And then I'll throw a dimension right here. And usually you could just do a dim linear and snap. But I find when it's not really snapped anything, sometimes they can shift and get screwed up. So I usually just draw a line, change it to the viewport, then I can do the dim linear snap, and it's tied to something tangible instead of just like snapped randomly to an edge of a line. And then we can measure that too. Dim continue. Oh! Kids are crazy. Alright. So now for this one, I'm going to do a construction line off here. Bring it down here, rotate this now for my reference, and I made that construction line off this corner. Snap it. Now I can do some more construction lines. So I know where my transtalk stops, and I know where my work surface stops, and then I know where that wall is over here. So these run all the way up. It looks like I'm going to have to move it to a different page because it doesn't look like it's going to fit, unfortunately. So I know transstop goes here, snap. And I know my work surface is 12 inches lower. I can actually snap this end to here. I know there's an overhang of 1 inch, so I'll bring that back 1 inch. Usually, if I know it's a millwork wall, like I use this, which is it's called section, but it's just like a thick brown line. It's the same thickness as the wall line, but for me, it helps easily differentiate before like a wall or a floor wall. And you can see that, oh, that's a die wall because it's brown. Oops, sorry about that. So we'll copy all my stuff from this elevation, just drag it across. I know it's at the same height. And whenever possible, try and, okay, I'll do some construction lines. Try and keep stuff lined up. Floors lined up, so then I know that I can copy horizontally over to here, and everything will line back up. Don't have like this one partially off a little bit from this one, and then this partially off from, like, it just keep your drawings clean. Makes a big difference. Everything looks nice. Same thing, I know there's a 1 inch overhang over here, so I'll bring that. Extend. That's the wall, so I'll snap. Trim. Do a horizontal construction line, same height as this over here, because that's where we're going to break that. Get rid of that. And I think I'm going to bring this one down just like a viewport line just so I can dimension to it so they can see the different dimensions of the die wall. Dim continue, snap there. And then we'll do dim linears here. Oops, DLI, dim linear, snap, bring it down, snap, snap, bring it down. I don't like the way that looks, so I'll just bring it over to here. There we go, that's a wall, so I'm gonna match properties to the walls. Then I could steal this piece. Remember when I first started doing drafting, making these things, I would just like random, you know, you just go like this and you just randomly draw something, and then like one looks good, one looks like crap, and then or you do like a line, and then you do something like this, and you trim them all together. The best way I found, because that these actually vary in real dimension styles. They vary based on what scale your drawing's at. So if you have a different size or a cross section you're working on, the easiest way I found to do it would be DLI, do a dimension, and this dimension's already drawn at 1/2 inch equals a foot, so it's already what the scale of this drawing is. So then you just do jogline command, J-O-G, jogline, enter. It's asking me where to put it. I just click anywhere right there. Then I highlight my dimension and explode it. Now I can grab that and join it. There you go. And you just delete this. So now you have a perfectly, the jog is actually scaled to 1/2 inch equals a foot versus just guessing or doing whatever. Because you can see if I take this, it's going to match exactly. See, it's the same thing. So then you can easily do it and have it be to scale without having to overcomplicate things. And that took, what, 3 seconds? So this one I'm going to have to move to a different page, because these boxes here are drawn perfectly to scale with my viewport space in model space, or paper space, sorry. So I know if it doesn't fit in this rectangle, and this one's scaled to 24, so it's 1/2 inch equals a foot. So I know if it doesn't fit in this box, it's not going to fit on paper space. So that's an easy way to tell right off the bat if something's going to fit on a certain page or not. So I'm going to need an additional page, it looks like. And the reason my drawings are organized like this, because my template comes in, it'll have all these top ones going all the way across, and obviously they're blank. And I have views set up for like 6.1, 7.1, which tie to like my layouts. So then anything, instead of like having to reorganize everything, if I need to add more pages, that's why I go vertically. Once a room needs more pages, I go vertically, which works out really good. Except for sometimes elevations get big, so then this one is scaled to 30, a custom scale, instead of having to go all the way to 32, like 3/8. But which is fine. There's no problem. But then if I had to extend this one, I would have to like do something like this. But it's no real big deal, because these ones down below didn't have a defaulted view. I had to create those anyway, so they can be offset. But if everything stays 1/2 inch equals a foot, it all works perfectly. Just go up and down. And then you can see these are the rooms, and these are the elevations of each room. These are all numbered. Okay, so back to this. This is going to have to move. So we're going to grab it. We're going to start by moving it down to this room. And this is just a line drawn across the midpoint, so I can see if it's going to fit that way too. As much pre-planning as you can to make sure you're not going to think it's going to fit, and also you get and it doesn't. So it's going to be a clear dimension. Clear, dim linear. I'll bring this line over here. Layer viewport. I use viewport a lot. baseline. I might get rid of this. I'm trying to think. Let's see how it goes. Copy this. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a cross section like right here. So I have a 5-inch wall cabinet. So I need a cross section in here somewhere. Dot above right hand. There we go. Cross section marker. Add one here. Seems a little short for some reason. I don't know why I had it so short. Oh, I think because I was so crammed for space on the other one. And built into my blocks, I have a little thing I can turn on just to remind me to modify them. A little circle. Sometimes you'll overlook them. You'll forget because it already has numbers put into it. Break BR. You just click it. Oh, I forgot my little thing right there. All right, let's grab it. 8. Copy base point right there. So then I know the spacing will be correct when I paste it right there. This one's actually, what is this one? 31. I'm actually going to extend this over to there. Do another dim linear from the floor to here. Clean this up a little bit. There we go. So I'm actually going to move this over here now so I have more space. So A will be on the same page. So we're on the outside. So A is on the same page. B is going to be on the next page, which is 9-2. And C will both be on 9-2. I think I am going to draw that line now. I keep, see, just trying to be consistent. That's key. Because I can move all this stuff. Oops, didn't continue. DCO. This one doesn't have an offset just because there's a 3-foot gap between them. And I don't like the way that these lines do that, so I'm going to break it right there. So it's actually two different lines, above and below. I'm going to see if there's room for me to flip this. Yeah, I'll just do that. Move it so that I can have my cross section. Actually, yeah, because I'll move this. I'll drop my cross section right there. Grab all this, shift it over so this isn't overlapping, because that's my next page over here. That line is the next page. Actually, I can grab all of this now. I have some more space here that some of these dimensions got removed from not being used on this one. Okay. So we'll go check page 9.1. 9.1, print preview. A on the same page, A same page. Telling us that the wall beyond it lines up. 42 inches high, 8 inches deep. Die wall's that, countertop's that. We still need to fix that. There you go. And I'll probably end this video now and then start a second one for the inside elevations if you guys want to see that. So look for the next one. This will be part 1, and you'll see part 2 in here in a second. Thanks.